Hello, welcome to another video. If there was no absolute value sign in this integral, you just write it as x squared plus 1. You take the integral and you're going to get 28 over 3. That would be your answer. Would it be 28 over 3? Yes, 28 over 3 is what you would get. But the absolute value sign changes everything and you cannot ignore it, especially when the bounds are such that a part of it is below the x-axis. As you can see, to the left of the y-axis. Okay, so you're going to have an area that's below the x-axis. So you want to pay attention to that, because remember when we integrate, if you interpret it as the area under the curve, then some will be under the x-axis, some part of the area. You have to subtract that, and that's how you should see it every time you see an absolute value function. So pay attention to it and take care of it. Now, I am going to solve this in such a way that I can split this, because this is a polynomial. I can actually split this into two integrals and do the part that has the 1 separately and then go back and take care of this. So let me show you how to do this. So the first thing we're going to do is rewrite this expression and say that this expression is equal to the integral from -2 to 2 of x times the absolute value of x dx plus the integral from -2 to 2 of 1 dx. So we have an answer for this, we have an answer for this. Well, this is equal to, what would be this integrand? Let's do both of them on this side. So I'm just going to use this side for the answers and use this side for the work. Let's do this part first. What's this integral? We have this from -2 to 2 of 1 dx is basically just x. If you integrate this, you're going to get x. And if you evaluate this from -2 to 2, it's going to be, you plug in 2, you get 2 minus, you plug in -2 here, -2. So your answer is going to be 2 plus 2, and that's equal to 4. So we can come here and say the answer here is 4. We just need to know what this answer is. So we're going to be adding something to 4 to get our final answer, which is where the work is. So how do you interpret this expression? Now, I want you to look at this way. Let's rule this out. So we have x times the absolute value of x is the same thing as x multiplied by, this is how you write the absolute value of x. It's a piecewise function. It is basically x when x is greater than or equal to 0, or it is -x when x is strictly less than 0, and that's it. So you're going to get two portions here that you add together. Okay, now it is whenever you have x less than 0, you have to use this. When x is greater than 0, you use this. So if we go back here, we know that the bounds of this integration are from -2 to 2. So it means every portion of this integrand, or whatever you're seeing, it goes from -2 until it gets to 0, and from after 0 something else happens. So you notice that we're going to have two portions of this. We're going to say that the integrand from -2, the integral from -2 to 2 of x times the absolute value of x dx can be written as two portions. There is a part where x is greater than or equal to 0. This is from 0 to 2. And there's another part which goes from -2 to 0. So the top part is what you're going to take. You're going to multiply x by x. You're going to get x squared dx. Now for the part where x is less than 0, this is what you're going to have. X times -x, it's going to be -x squared dx. And that's it. If you can interpret this and integrate this, whatever you get will be your answer. Let's see what we get. If we integrate x squared, what do we have? We have x cubed over 3 evaluated from 0 to 2 plus negative x cubed, sorry, plus negative x cubed. That's not correct. So negative x cubed over 3 evaluated from negative 2 to 0. What do we get? If I plug in 2 here, it's going to be 8 over 3. So this is 8 over 3 minus, if I plug in 0, it's going to be just 0. Plus, we do the same thing. If I plug in 0 here, it's going to be 0. Minus, if I plug in negative 2 here, this is going to end up becoming 8 over 3. So, what do I have? This is 8 thirds plus minus 8 thirds. So that's 8 thirds minus 8 thirds, which gives me 0. So that tells me that this portion is purely 0, and the answer to this integration problem is 4. See you in the next video. Never stop learning, because those who stop learning have stopped living. Bye-bye.